What's your theme tune?
It's just as in from the
From
film.
the movie, yeah.
It's
Angle your mic up a bit.
Burned by the Cure.
What's that go like?
I can't sing it. It's just the music. I can get it on my phone and play
Whatever
it.
the soundtrack to The Crow is, that's what you need playing in your mind now as you look at Lou.
Hold on.
Because he is, for Halloween, The Crow. And it's pretty fucking bang on.
Okay.
If you're not watching on YouTube, here's another thing.
Oh, shit.
We now, and hopefully from this episode, if I can get it done in time, or sort out that it uploads in time, we will be video live on Spotify. And
there's a very select few people that are
allowed,
on Spotify video.
And so we're going to be one of them.
Yeah.
How sick is this? So you'll be able to watch the whole video and everything on Spotify alongside with us. Hopefully from this episode 40, welcome. 40 episode. Yes, that's 40 whole weeks, mate.
I know. Shit.
And yeah, if not, it'll be from next week. It just depends on how quickly they let us activate the video option, but we have been given the go-ahead, the green light that we're allowed.
Yeah.
And they actually approached me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They sent out the emails for an application, so I applied, put all details in of all the YouTube channels.
Yeah.
And greenlit us literally today or yesterday it was. Late yesterday or this morning the email came through.
That's awesome.
Sick.
Very exciting, that is.
And sat across from the Crow is what can only be called a gimpy-armed biker Viking.
Biker Viking is
Biker Viking. Because I don't own fur, which
You're a
would be
biking.
ideal. If I had a fur collar on this would work.
Yeah.
But
Biking, is that a thing?
a biking. I am a biking. So that is wicked. Official new word. I also should probably be wearing this stupid thing still.
It's a sling. It's a special sling.
Fuck a sling off. We're going to drink rum. I'm not going to move a lot, am I?
I'd put it on if I was you, but it's down to you, mate.
You, not me.
No.
Yeah, I'm leaving it off. Listen, news is got to go under the knife.
Yeah.
Sucks dick.
Yeah.
Big bag, not just one dick.
Multiple.
A big bag of dicks.
Yeah, full
a,
of them.
a bag
To
of
the
dicks
brim.
overflowing with dick. Too many dicks for the bag.
Yeah.
Got to suck them all. That's what this is.
Yeah.
Giant suck it moment.
Yeah.
And this is how it happened. And you don't know how it happened because I haven't told you. Because it's funny but not.
You said last week, didn't you?
So, no, what happened was...
Did you say some of how you tore it last week?
Oh, no, I talked about how I tore it.
Yeah.
Didn't talk about how I know I'm having to have surgery on it, though.
Oh.
So, you will have watched this video now if I've had my ass in gear. It'll be up on YouTube this weekend because what happened was, as I was filming the first bits, I was like, I'll get that by Wednesday. Then it kept escalating. So I kept filming bits. And I was like, oh, well, this is all, just may as well keep going.
Yeah.
So, over the weekend, there's a video up on my YouTube channel. You will have seen by now, which will explain everything in depth, but I'm going to go probably into a bit more here because we have more time. Well, you're not going to get some of these bits because they've occurred after the video's gone up. So I obviously blew it out boxing and felt the pop, but then it's still doing stuff that it shouldn't be doing if it's a ruptured bicep. So okay, maybe it's a partial tear.
Yeah.
So for people who haven't listened to last week's, I've had a distal tear in my bicep. I have torn the distal bicep tendon. So it's called a distal bicep tendon tear.
Okay.
So that's the bit that attaches to your forearm. So it's the lower attachment point for the biceps. You've got two attachments at the shoulder. You got one at the base, which is the distal tendon. There's actually, though, two tendons running into one sheath there because you have one coming off your long head and one coming off your short head. Now, I think my long head side is still attached. I think the short head side is ripped off.
Yeah.
So that would explain why I can pronate and supinate my hand no problem because the long head is more responsible for pronation and supination. Short head tendon is for elbow flexion. Now, if I try and lift anything, I can move it fine, which is another weird bit. But I think that's because the long head's still attached, which is kind of by proxy moving with the short head.
Yeah.
But if I try and do something where there's a slight bend in my arm, which would use that short head, it's boom, pain.
Yeah.
Like,
instant.
dick pain. Come flick you on dick pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, don't do that again.
Instant, yeah.
Yeah. And so I think that's what's happened. Now, I don't know how they're going to repair that because anyway, we'll get to the repair bit in a minute. So, went to the fracture clinic this week. And, here's the thing. I went to see the doctor And I didn't want to go. So, I was hoping it was a sprain, but really, really bad strain, maybe a little tear. Went to the doctor and he was like, weird. It is doing things it shouldn't be doing if it was a full detach. We'll get you into the specialist and, we'll see what's going on. Yeah. Got me in a day. Like next day, I was in specialists that 12 o'clock the next day. And I went to see him. Oh, I rang him that morning, told him, and he was like, right, get down.
Yeah.
I'll get you in between appointments.
Yeah.
I was like, legend. Because it took me 3 weeks to get in there to get my steroid injection in the thumb to make with my roidy thumb. I'm happy again.
Yeah.
After it had it's like a little depressive breakdown.
How is your thumb?
Good.
Oh, there you go.
All good.
Every cloud.
Yeah, I know he fixed one shit. It's moved up. Same bloody side.
Yeah.
Same gimpy thumb. Anyway, yeah. So roidy thumb got done. That was all good. And then have I just accidentally stopped the recording? Nope, we're still going. Well done, Lex. Fat fingers. If we talk about the thumb, it was off on its own little rule there. So he got me in and he was like, okay, he rang the fracture. So he got me in, rang the fracture clinic from there. Then they said that he had to email him all the details over, which I thought, oh, fuck. Email? Why didn't they just take it on the phone there? Now we're buggered. It's going to be like a week before anything. Literally 12 o'clock next day, I had to like eat my words. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Well, they rang me that night, that exact night and said, right, tomorrow, 10 past 12. So I'll be there. Got in. And again, they saw me I got there for 10 past 12, saw me within 20 minutes. Like someone came in. I was like expecting to be there till 2 before anyone saw me. Yeah. Because times are pointless. That's what they tell you. Get in at 1, you've seen it like 7.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they tell you.
Just so you're there, I suppose.
They should have like a system where they like judge the day as it's going and ping you like a slot.
An hour before
or
something.
Yeah, like a slot time to get in so that you're not sat there if it's 3 hours behind. Surely that's easy to do. They do it for Asda deliveries.
Yeah.
And shit, and Sainsbury's. How can it be any different? It's just an appointment block. And the system would check. You would just log in where you're at in the system as a human, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I suppose there's more factors with obviously the amount of time with the doctors is going to vary a lot more. Where I think like an appointment, they're going to know a pick up and drop off quite quickly. Like you could have an appointment with a doctor that's 5 minutes, or you could have one that's 20. And then if you've got 50 people all booked in,
you'd log them in and out, wouldn't you? That's what I mean.
Yeah. I'm sure there probably would be a way of doing it, but
it's so ridiculous that you're talking seriously about a doctor's hospital appointment system. I can't look at you like that. I mean, there's just the black around the eyes, which I'm sure is the same your way, but I have skin showing, which is still human. Yeah. You're fully like,
your eyes look really weird because they're literally just floating.
Yeah.
They're just floating, just two white balls.
Yeah, because if you're not on YouTube, I've got a black band right across my eyes, round to my ears. Oh, you see little flags, bits on the ears?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that looks quite cool. Yeah, that looks sick, that does. I think that would be cool. Just literally like you could have like some stripes and dots.
Just on the ear. I think it look cool.
I think those piercings, the ones like at the top, I always think they're quite cool.
I've got fucked up cartilage up here though from wrestling. Yeah. I just wonder if that could cause problems.
I think a tattoo would look better though, like a bit more masculine as well.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure some guys could rock that. Like I don't know what it's called. Is that the conch? Some have the top.
No, that's the conch, isn't it?
The conch is the little bit
in the middle.
That bit right at the top edge, but whatever that is.
Get your tip pierced.
Yeah, get mushroom tip.
Where we at? Oh yeah.
So you were getting distracted by the crow talking to you about hospital appointments.
Yes, I was. The crow. So you've not fixed hospital appointments. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. So anyway, Dr. Singh was the guy who came and saw me, and when you sat there thinking like, who's this going to be like? Because when I went to the GP, he was your standard kind of overweight, older guy, a bit disheveled looking, but I kind of think sometimes that's a good thing because they're just a pure doctor.
Yeah.
They're not bothered about anything else.
Yeah.
They're just like, I'm medical and that's it.
Yeah.
There's this and then my football or something. But this guy came in and he was, relatively casually dressed, but he was a younger guy. He was like in his 30s and quite just with it. When you're speaking to him immediately, you get a rapport.
Yeah.
And so when he found out he said what I was doing, I explained why what I was doing and why I needed my arms to look symmetrical again. So if this is a healing thing where it'll heal asymmetrically, then I'd rather it didn't. Or if it will heal and it'll heal fine on its own like that, great. Yeah. And he was like, and he asked me what I did, and I told him about YouTube and stuff, and he looked me up afterwards. So he actually had an interest in me then, which was a benefit. Yeah. Because I guess they just get number of people coming through. So this guy, he was like, right, we need to get this scanned so that we need to get your CT scanned or MRI. And that was up at Oswestry, his place. So it turns out he was from a place up in Oswestry, which will be important later. Because, and he goes, do you know what though? He said, how long? And he said, how long has it been since you had it done? And it was, so when did I go in to see him? When was that? Tuesday. Yeah, it must have been Tuesday. I was like, Friday last week. And he looked at me like, say what? You went, why? What? And he went, why? And I looked at him and I just went, because I was really wishing it hadn't gone. I was hoping it would just fix my magic. I wanted the magic. And he just looked at me and was like, yeah, I understand. Fair enough. But he said, but we've now lost nearly a week because you've done that. So let's see if we can get you scanned here now. Let me just go and have a chat with some people. And he went off, had a little word, and managed to slot me in. In the middle of a big the main hospital in Shrewsbury, which was pretty busy, got me in for a CT scan.
Wow.
Like, I was there max 2 hours, the entire thing. And in that, he got me in to do the CT scan and everything. Sure. So that came back. So this is where it gets a bit mad. So he rang me later that evening just to say, hey, did you get your scan done all right? I was like, that seems follow-up-y, quite like above and beyond. I would just expect you don't hear anything, do you? You just assume they've sent your results off and see something else. Yeah. He was like, okay, good, just double checking that was done. He just wanted to make sure I'd been able to get it done so that he knew results were on the way.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I like this guy.
On the ball.
Yeah, really on it. Like, really good. It gets better, but it gets worse first. So he said on that phone call, I was like, listen, it's going to take 1 or 2 days for the radiologist to get those results through to me, and then I'll be able to know what's going on. This morning, so bearing in mind all the way through, I mean, people have been messaging me, saying how you doing, lots, everything's like that. Told everybody, tons of people are going like, it doesn't sound like it's ruptured, nothing. It sounds like you might have done a partial tear. That sounds right. Is it doing? I was like, yeah, that's what I'm hoping. And I get a phone call this morning. Ring, ring, ring. Pick up. Hello, is that Mr. Griffin? Yep, speaking. Hello, this is such and such from Oswestry. What should you call it? Orthopedic and something in clinic. I was like, yes. Ringing about your surgery next week. Sorry, what? Your surgery? I went for didn't know I was having to have surgery. No, just went for a scan yesterday with Dr. Singh. Yes. Oh, I do. Hang on a minute. And how she disappeared off. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, has she messed up? She's got to have messed up. There's no way she's messed up. And then she comes back. She goes, no, that is correct. Yeah, he has. What's happened is they forwarded it from his whatever to myself, and I'm just organising, getting you a setting and giving you instructions of what you need to do. She went through all these instructions of this place is up in Oswestry. I've got to go to. Got to be there by 7:30 a.m. in the morning on the 5th of November. All the usual things of don't eat by this time, keep drinking until this time. Very important. I'm hydrated up until 7 a.m.
Is it local or general?
So Oswestry is about 30 minutes north.
Anesthetic wise.
Well, that's what I didn't ask that, but it seems from research that they put me under.
Yeah.
I thought local would be cooler because I get to watch it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'd be quite interested. I think I'd be all right. Or I might vomit.
Yeah.
You just don't know, dude, until it happens.
They've got you open and you just go, oh, this is vile.
Put him under, for fuck's sake. Yeah. So she comes back and gives me all these details, and then obviously it's my birthday on Monday, 1st of November, because I missed Halloween by a smidge. Happy birthday, Shaq, if you listen to this, whose birthday is on Halloween, and I always, every year, gets to about 11 p.m. at night, and I go, oh, fuck, and I have to get it in before midnight. I'm allowed to get it in before midnight, happy birthday, or I've been a bad friend. So then what happened was she said, I have to go for a fucking COVID test on the 3rd. Well, I'm away because it's my birthday. So I was like, I can't do that, I'm away. We're literally away. Not abroad, but different part of the country. And she was like, well, it has to be a certain, because you have to get the stupid COVID test, then isolate, and then go. But here's the dumb thing. You can't drive afterwards, so you have to get picked up and dropped off. So how can you isolate if you've got to have someone to pick you up and drop you off? This is what I mean. This is the dumbness of COVID society at the moment. There's no logic there. There's 0 point in isolating.
Yeah.
If you're going to have someone come and drop you off and pick you up.
Yeah, can't understand the logic.
Dozy. Anyway, so because of that, she was like, oh, well, this won't work then. And I was like, why won't it work? Because I have to have the COVID test and isolate for a day, then come in. So I have to get the COVID test on the 3rd. Well, I was away till the morning of the 4th. So I was like, right, okay. And she said, well, I'll leave this with you. I'll come and get back to you. And then in the meantime, I was like ringing around and cancelled off. So I said, well, I've got to prioritise this. because I want to be away, I want to enjoy stuff and not deal with this.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. My brain was going, ignore it.
Yeah, just
Ignore
pretend
it.
it's not
Pretend
there.
it's not happening. Yeah, ignore it. Problems will go away if you ignore them.
Yeah.
That's worked well in the past, hasn't it, brain? So I was like, no, fucking just suck it up. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to cancel the bits off. So I cancelled those, cleared the third, and then I was driving my mum. We were going to take a keys to the post office or something like that anyway. And the doc rang me. Mm-hmm. So he rang me and he goes, it's Dr. Singh. I was like, Kep, how are you doing? He said, I believe you called this morning. I just want to apologise about that. I was like, yeah, bit of a shock. He went, I underestimated the work ethic of my colleague.
She was on the ball.
So on the ball
that
she was like hours ahead of where he thought she'd be scheduled.
Right.
So she got everything through she needed, but she was supposed to do it after he called me. But she was she was flying.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, but and she's from this Oswestry place, Oswestry, which will come in again. So he then explained to me he's actually booked me in on the 5th preemptively for the surgery because he got a view of the CT scan back, but he's not a radiologist, so can't confirm. But from his years of experience, he looked at it and thought that looks fucked, and that's exactly the medical terms he used. He was like, it looks pretty fucked. No, he said that it looked like the tendon had retracted. Yeah. So, but he said it's not confirmed by the radiologist. But, and this is where the guy gets sick. He was like, if we leave it until this evening or tomorrow for them to get the results through to me officially, my slots for next week will be booked up. And then you'll be waiting another week to get in. So he said, I'd rather get you a slot in and have to cancel it than you not get to see me.
Yeah.
I was like, you are a legend.
Yeah.
I don't even care if I need the surgery or not now. That on its own is giving me confidence in this guy. Like, way forward thinking, amazing. Then it turns out his other surgeries are literally fucking putting limbs back on people. Like, I'm not kidding. He says I got people coming in with shit hanging off. Yeah. And he puts it back on.
Or the limb arrives in a separate box.
yeah. It's Frankensteining people.
Yeah.
So this guy is a super trauma surgeon in terms of limb trauma. Yeah. And he deals with hands. Now, that's delicate work. Yeah. So immediately I've gone from genuinely there's a little bit of shit in it. When she said, I'm ringing you about your surgery, the whole world just went. Because I was starting to feel really good that this wasn't needing it. Because I could start moving it better. Swelling's gone down. Bruising wasn't that bad. Yeah. And so this was just like, hey, good morning, here's an anvil. Like Wile E. Coyote style. Womp. Yeah, and so he's preemptively put me in. We still haven't got the results back from the CT scan, but I'm saying, listen, this guy's good. He knows. I've looked at it a bit more. And like I said, I think it snapped that short head tendon off.
Which is why it still looks normal, because the lung head's holding it in place, and especially from the outside of your arm. Yeah, actually, that's the lung head that's going to be.
But here's my reasoning as to why I think that is true as well. If I put my left arm like this, so I'm putting my arm across my body at a 90-degree angle. If I flex my bicep now, it's impossible to peak it, isn't it? Yeah. Because I'm flexing here. It won't let, because of the orientation of the forearm. Yeah. That short head can't contract.
Yeah, it's elongated.
Can't do it. Yeah. Watch this. Other side.
Oh shit! Yeah, that is weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So try and do this at home now. Put your arm across your body at a 90-degree angle, bend at the elbow, turn your palm towards the floor, make a fist, and then try and peak your bicep. You'll see it doesn't happen. On my right side, it peaks like I'm curling it with my palm facing. Now turn your palm to the ceiling, you'll see it peak. Mine does that with my palm facing down. And that to me screams there's no attachment to that short head.
Even looking at when you're flexing there, obviously you've got a no. Like not many.
Mine's
people
like a bowly peak, and
not many people can see the split in their bicep.
Yeah,
but you can a little bit. But when you're looking at it from the side, the short head of the bicep sticks out even further than it should.
It's tennis balling, and that's a sign that that's
why
gone.
It's probably
yeah. So I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's surgery because I can't see how that would still be attached at where it should be if it's been able to do that. No, and I can't see that healing on its own.
No, it would heal, but it would heal wrong.
It just won't be attached anymore, though, surely.
Yeah, it can still function.
Yeah,
I think it literally attaches where it's like.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm sure that's what happens. Because I've seen people that have tore a bicep and then not had it, and their biceps still function, but they're just like up there.
Really?
Yeah, and they can still lift. Not very.
They don't have a lot of strength, though. Do they?
The strength is definitely gone, but I think it literally just attaches where it lays.
Yeah,
I don't know for a fact, but that's how I saw it.
Well, I'm pretty much certain it's surgery bound now from everything he said, and that one thing, because that's not got any better. It's not stopped doing that weird little thing over time. It's not like it's stopping regressing up my arm. So,
should we drink to that?
Yes, indeed. So, but here's the kicker. So the dude who obviously found out was a trauma surgeon, I've at least found out people who've been messaging me. Thank you all for all the love, by the way, online. Some people who were local to Shrewsbury were like, "Get the fuck out of that hospital. Do not get treated there for something like this. If you're an athlete, don't go there. Like if you're an old person, just carry on, fine." Yeah. But it's apparently they had like one person had a back surgery that was being headed by a knee specialist,
Right.
and she had to eject herself from the hospital because they wouldn't transfer her. So she had to literally log herself out the hospital, whatever you call it. What do you call it? Discharged herself, and then took herself to the clinic she wanted to go to, which was covered by her insurance anyway. So it was bizarre. And so that she said, you need to get to Oswestry to this thing, and it's so by chance. Yeah, that's exactly where this guy is from.
And the guy,
what he does, he's the lead surgeon there.
The guy from Oswestry who you're seeing, he was just in Shrewsbury by chance.
So he was just on that fracture clinic in that day, doing referrals. Yeah. So I'm sure there's more than just him that comes in and does that. Yeah. So maybe the fact I left it from the Friday to the Tuesday.
Yeah, if you'd have gone in the week
maybe
before.
Maybe there'd have been someone different there.
Almost definitely.
I'd maybe had a bollock surgeon heading it up. Yeah. Ended with a nutsack in my arm. Yeah. So, yeah, that's where we're at with it. It looking like surgery. It's looking like, they're saying 3 to 6 months until you're freaking sorted. But fuck that. I'm saying 6 weeks, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Like I said to you before, I had a friend who was able to lift again extremely lightly after it was.
I'd be happy with that. Yeah. I'd be happy with that. Because, at least you're activating. Yeah. My thought process is it's going to shrink away not only a bicep, tricep, shoulder, the whole fucking shebang, because I'm not going to be able to use the whole right side. So that's pec, shoulder, bi, tri.
I spoke about this before.
I'm going to keep
make sure you train the other arm.
I'm going to do a mini series called Chicken Drumsticks, and I'm going to just beast my legs for 6 weeks.
Definitely train the other arm as well.
Oh yeah, I will do.
But
I'm going to have a massive leg focus. I'm not going to be able to do back massively well. Everything's going to be just maintenance, isn't it, for that side, because it's single side. I can't pull anything heavy, but I could train legs heavy still. Yes. So I reckon if I do a before, like a surgery, legs, and then 6 weeks down the line legs, when I've beasted them 4 times a week for 6 weeks. Yeah. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Just extremely high volume.
Just fuck them up.
High frequency, just smash them out.
Minimum 4 days a week.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Do something. And then obviously I can go through the healing of the arm, and we can go through how you guys can avoid all this as well. It is a bit of a freak occurrence, this. I'm a lottery win. Yeah. 2 to 5 out of every 100,000 people a year this happens to. Yeah. I don't feel lucky.
I wouldn't either. I was talking to a client today, actually, because they were talking about having a coach to stop them ever having injuries again. And I said, we can't stop you having an injury. He said that obviously training with better technique and training with, by looking after your recovery, focusing on your sleep and your nutrition, all these other things can factor in to reduce the likelihood of injuries. It's variables. You can't eliminate it because inherently lifting. Any sport is dangerous. Yeah. Being completely sedentary is dangerous as well. Yeah. Something's going to fuck you up. You can get up too quickly,
have a head rush, and smack your head into a wall.
Yeah, something's going to fuck you up.
Happened to my sister's fellow this weekend.
Oh shit, really?
He trained loads over the weekend. He was a professional rugby guy, and now he plays and coaches still. Mm-hmm. And he'd just done a ton, and he was sat down for a little while, just bluff. And in the night, he just got up too fast, and his body was just a bit dehydrated and whatnot. Complete blackout. Smacked his head into the wall, like 22 stitches. Fuck. Yeah, and that's from getting off the sofa after playing rugby all weekend. Nothing, no problems. How did you hurt yourself? Was it on the field? Did you get stamped? Someone break you in the face? I got up off the sofa too quickly, smashed my head into the wall.
It's the way it goes. I swear that often it's the people that lift tend to get hurt by freak accidents more than getting hurt in the gym.
I can't remember. I think I've done once where it's gone before, and that was my shoulder, and that was an idiot thing of just being in a new gym, and I just racked the weights up like I was mid-set because I was just in a new place and didn't have my routine, so I just put my load straight on rather than warming up. Didn't think, and just went but other than that, I've hurt myself putting my t-shirt on underneath a fan after a workout because it was cold air blowing on it. Dumb stuff like that. Doing punching mitts with at a boxing club, and the kid who was holding the mitts didn't know what to do, so I put no power behind the mitt, so my punch went through the entire mitt, didn't land anywhere, and then it hyperextended all my back and tweaked me out for 3 weeks.
That's it, isn't it? It's
just
silly
dumb
shit.
little things.
Yeah, I've hurt my back reaching to get my seatbelt.
So funny.
Literally just gone.
I've done that with my neck.
Yeah.
You know, when you're watching TV for a little bit and you turn your head too quickly away from the TV because you've been watching a movie, so you've been fixated and you go kink. Yeah, oh, sweet, I'm Batman for the next 3 days.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that feeling of having a stiff neck. Just thinking about that sucks.
Well, let's loosen everything up with a little bit of alcohol. Yeah. So here we go. This week we have, we're on the rum.
We got ourselves a Jaffa Cake Rum.
Jaffa.
We've had this one for a little while. I've been looking forward to this one.
Yes. This is going to be interesting because I want to see how they get this. This is a Jaffa Cake Rum. It's literally what it says on it. It doesn't say Jaffa Rum. It says Jaffa Cake Rum. Mm-hmm. What's percentage? 42?
42, yeah.
It's a kicker. It's
blended with orange peel.
Ooh, I like that.
Cocoa powder and real life, no fooling Jaffa cakes.
What?
Actual.
They soak Jaffa cakes in it.
Wow. And real life, no fooling Jaffa cakes.
That's hilarious.
Well,
let's have a go then.
Yeah.
Is it a cheeky popper? It looks like it's a cheeky popper.
Yeah, I think it may be.
I'm very interested with this. Right, I'm going to stop and restart this so we don't have any blackouts. I know you guys enjoyed the whole 30-second blackout we had last week because it's become our tribute to the internet. But now we're going Spotify. We can't have the blackouts.
Okay, we got to be on our best behaviour.
So here we go. Best behaviours. We'll keep an eye on that to make sure we don't have those, and you get a more professional output from us. At least in a visual way. You won't get it from a verbal way.
No, not at all. In terms of the bottle, it's the actual shape of the bottle's nice. It's very standard.
It. It's clean.
Yeah, it's quite formal.
It looks Jamaican.
Yeah,
which is kind of. Do they do rum in Jamaica?
Yeah,
they do, don't they?
This is a Caribbean rum, so
yeah. Is Jamaica? I'm terrible.
Yeah, Jamaica's in
Is that
Caribbean.
part of it? It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I learned something new today.
Right. Yeah, but it's not necessarily. It just looks quite smart. It's clean.
It looks like something else. It looks a little bit. It looks a little bit like the what was the Wolf one? Wolfburn. Similar kind of bottle to them. They're quite like that.
Yeah.
But the labeling is purple, red, orange, purple. No, so it goes in stripes acrosswards, like horizontal. Purple, red, orange, red, purple, with Jaffa Cake and Rum written in orange and purple on it. So it's kind of that whole. It does look Jamaican-y.
It looks like a flag.
Yeah, it does. It's very flag.
Jamaica's got the three stripes: the red, what is it? No.
Yellow and green.
Red, yellow, and green. Is that
right?
I
think so.
Or is it?
We are. There's so many geography people who just know.
Oh, yeah.
It's something my brain will not connect with.
No, sorry.
Is locations, motorways, junctions, street names. My brain's like, no. Here's the lyrics to Top Gun again. What is wrong with you? This is all you need. Freaking highway to the goddamn danger zone. Oh, it's
firm one.
Oh, that was I think that was one of the best pops. Yeah.
Ooh, that was quite a high pitched
Yeah, it was like a.
Yeah.
Kind of like you worked for it.
I did. I'm fucking sweating. I don't.
We didn't talk about your outfit actually. A genuine ankle length leather jacket. Yeah, that was pretty loud.
That was very loud.
Oh, banger. He sniffed it. Smell good.
Can't smell the Jaffa cake-ness that much. There's a bit of chocolatiness, a little bit of orange, but it's not that strong.
When they say orange peel, you expect it to be, and they've got orange peel and cocoa. You think, this might be a bit bitter.
Mm. Yeah, this leather jacket.
No! Did you stick your nose right in it?
No.
Oh, dude. Okay, stick your nose in it.
I don't want to because I'll get
makeup
all on it.
Nah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You weren't getting the deeper tones.
Mm.
Yeah, now the orange really comes through. So now what does that mean? When you can smell the other things above that, when you have to get a real deep.
I wonder if it's like how, because it's obviously the vapor from the alcohol that's kind of carrying it differently. I don't know.
It's a heavier scent. Is that such a thing? It's a glugger. Oh, it's a perma-glugger. I love how you've gone for a classic loophole.
Yeah.
What did we work out we were doing triples when we thought we were doing doubles?
I think it was quadruples when we thought we were doing doubles. Yeah, this leather jacket. When I decided to do the Crow, I was just like, I'll just go on eBay, pick up one of them long leather jackets. I was like, no one wears them anymore. Surely they're not that expensive. I was wrong.
200 odd quid.
Yeah, they were literally like, for a real leather jacket, like, that kind of, well, if you've seen The Crow, a long ass leather jacket, or Neo in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Like a full length leather jacket.
But with double breasted.
Yes.
Double breast. Dude, I'm not mad at it. I'm genuinely not mad at it.
I can't see me wearing this in everyday life.
If you don't want it, I will purchase it off you, I think.
250?
250 quid? 10 times the profit margin.
Yeah, so
Yeah, go
I
on.
was looking everywhere for one of these, like used one that was just gonna be a bit cheaper. Just all of the usual Depop. I literally saw this exact jacket, same brand and everything, on Depop, £250. And then I was just like, last resort, I was like, I'll have a look on Spock.
I can't believe you thought of that. That's only just been advertised, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's been out for a while,
Has
but
it? I only noticed it.
I don't really. I've never looked on it for like clothes or anything. But anyway, so I was like scrolling through. I went ages back, like I was scrolling for a long time, and then I saw a listing for a men's large leather jacket, full length, that was listed like the beginning of this year. It's been on for fucking ages, and I was like, oh, no chance that's still there.
Yeah.
So I put her up. I just was cheeky because it was like it'd been on for a long time. I was like, oh, any chance you've still got it? And she was like, yeah, I've still got it. I was like, would you take 25 quid? And she was like, make it 26 and you've got a deal.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, she bartered for an extra
I
pound.
need the win.
Yeah.
It must have cost her 6-7 quid to send it.
It was about. I think I did pay for the delivery on top of that. It was like £4 delivery or something like that.
It must have cost her more than £4.
That's why
It's got away a bit. I love the way you squeak when you move.
I know.
Like,
I wonder if you can hear this.
It's proper leather.
Yeah.
It is. I can't believe that. Just the leather weight alone must be worth more than what you paid for it.
Yeah. And it literally, you've looked over this now. It doesn't even look
Not
like
been
it's
worn.
been worn.
It's literally got a wear on the shoulders from being hung or folded up somewhere for so long. There's no crease in the elbow. There's no worn crease in the elbow. Look at the cuffs.
Yeah.
Now, those cuffs would have wear on them if it had been worn anywhere because you just have jewellery watches and stuff rubbing. Nothing. That's something somebody bought and after they watched Blade one too many times, got it home, put it on and went, I'm a twat.
Oh, look at it. Yeah.
Even in this store, trying those on, it would have still looked cool because you're surrounded by leather and a bloke going, that fits very well. And you're like, yes, it does. You get home and you see it amongst your normal, like little white cream room with your TV and your games console, and you look at yourself and go,
I look like a tit.
Tit. I've been done.
So, but yeah, man, I was well happy with that bargain, and I think it completes the ensemble quite nicely.
Honest to God, you are the Crow.
Yeah, I thought that like I'd be able to because I've always loved the Crow, and from lots of Halloween parties, there's always somebody who comes as the Crow, and every time I see them,
you're like, no,
they don't look that great because they have to wear a crappy wig.
Yeah,
it's the wig that lets everybody down.
Your hair is on,
and I was like, my hair is the right length now.
It's even layered the same.
Yeah. I was like, literally, it's the same hair, pretty much. And I watch The Crow probably once or twice a year, every year since I've been about 12. Because I think Crow came out in like, what is it? It's got to be like mid-90s.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's that whole era.
Yeah, I'd say like somewhere around 95 or something like that.
When did the Keaton Batman come out?
Oh, that's probably late 90s, 98, 99.
Because it's around that era, isn't it? It's that kind of...
around
the
about
Tim Burton takeover.
Yeah. And I was just like, I could do a better version. And I've got I'm obviously a fair bit heavier than Brandon Lee was at the time.
You're not far off the similar kind of face shape.
Yeah, I was going to say my face is a similar shape. If I was as lean as he was, I'd probably be pretty close. But yeah, so I thought, fuck it, I'll go for it. Always wanted to nail it. I'm definitely happy with it.
So what we've learned is Spock is a great place to buy leather jackets you shouldn't get away with. Mm-hmm. And also that you, even being half Indian, half Pakistani, that's it. Yeah. Half English, actually makes you part Chinese.
Yeah. Brandon Lee was half Chinese, half
so
like Caucasian.
You're a super mongrel.
Yeah.
You can adapt.
You couldn't have told
you have adapted.
You couldn't tell what Brandon Lee was, would you?
No,
if you didn't know who he was.
Western with something in him.
Yeah, because slight.
But Bruce wasn't even that super. Was he Chinese?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I get confused on that whole Eastern.
Yeah, no, I think
segmentation.
Yeah,
he's Chinese.
I think so.
Is Kung Fu from China then? I thought it was Japan. Which is which? Samurai's Japan.
Yeah.
What's Kung Fu? Japan or China? This is where I got confused. I know China. The Japanese are the super clean lot. They're the ones that are tyrannical with the cleanliness. Chinese are actually pretty filthy. I know from experience in Manchester that a lot of landlords would not rent to Chinese people.
Oh, really?
Because the cooking would literally destroy the entire flat. You could not get the smells out.
Wow.
They had to rip kitchens out
Fuck.
and replace them because everything's just, dude, the stuff they eat is grim. Like intestines, feet, chicken feet, and it's all boiled and so it gets all the grease, and they cook with tons of grease, and it just gets everywhere.
Yeah.
And it just embeds, and there's just no getting it out. The smells it gets, because they all the not smoke. What is it?
Just
Like the steam more than anything gets into everything.
Yeah. Cooking smells do in general, don't
Imagine
they? Like,
fish times 10
yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
After a year of that, you're not getting that smell.
Umami smell everywhere.
Whoa. Yeah, they were literally blacklisted from some entire buildings.
As if.
Which is weird because some of the Chinese are obviously not like that because they're super fucking wealthy.
Yeah.
So the Chinese who come over to Britain, it costs them £20,000 a term to come and study here, and they're like, yeah, and we buy Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
They're super duper rich.
If you ever go to Bicester Village, there's just loads of Chinese people going around and they're fucking just
caning it.
yeah, just buying everything. I do wonder like where all that.
Yeah. So I don't know where the levels are or where it crosses because China's so huge.
Yeah.
But I don't know, but there's definitely levels. But this is where his Kung Fu. Tell us, where's Kung Fu come from? Who's a Kung Fu geek? Tell us where it comes from.
I'm very
Enlighten us.
uneducated when it comes
No,
to
I only know movie Kung Fu, that's all I know.
Yeah.
And then I only know that samurais are Japanese because it's just inherently told in every story, isn't it? That they're Japan and in this place. So you hear it all the time. But you don't ever hear that they're saying, like, in South China, where you don't hear it. And there's got to be different sections, like there is in England, so small. And we have different levels.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I'm
want
going to try the old Jaffa Cake now that we've triggered a load of racial things.
Yep.
Chink, chink. Right, sniff test. See, now I can't smell the orange as much as when I just threw it through the neck. Maybe
it's because it was condensed, I feel.
Yeah. Oh, no, there it is. You just got to get real close to it. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. Oh, no, it's Jaffa Cakes. That is actually fucking Jaffa Cakes.
Wow.
Holy shit, that actually is. You get the chocolatey orangeness, and I don't know how.
The biscuit.
cake
Yeah, the
taste is there.
cakiness, yeah.
Is it a cake or is it a biscuit?
Well, the clue's in the name, I suppose, but when it's a fucking biscuit, but you still.
Do you think it's? I don't think it's a biscuit. It's a sponge.
Yeah, but it's still biscuit shaped, and you put it in. You can fit it in your mouth in one go.
Yeah, but what about cake pops?
Fuck's a cake pop.
Oh, you've never lived, my sir.
What is a fucking cake
So you
pop?
take normal cake, that sponge, you roll it into a ball with the icing that you would have on top of the cake. So you make it into a ball, and you coat that in candy, melted candy. You stick it on a little stick, cake pop.
I've never heard of that.
It's not a biscuit though, is it? And it's not a lollipop. It's still fucking cake.
I don't like these boundaries. I feel like you're boxing me in.
I think it's a cake. I think it's a hybrid.
Yeah, I was going to say, with all of this, people like to draw lines in the sand and say, this is this and this is the other. Everything is on a spectrum ranging from cake to fish. And that's the spectrum. Everything.
Where's this on your cake to fish? Where's beef on the cake to fish scale?
It's like
it's more cake.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably it's past halfway to fish. I'd say it's past halfway to fish. Yeah.
So it's more towards fish than cake.
Yeah, just a little bit past it. Yeah.
What sausage?
I'm going
just
more,
a tiny bit towards cake.
Yeah, just a tiny bit more towards cake.
So
not a huge
filling
amount.
and shit on it.
Yeah. We could get the scale out, and you just ask me things, and I'll put it on the scale.
I'll put it on the fish and cake scale.
Yeah, fish to cake scale.
What an awful combination, fish and cake.
Oh, do you reckon someone's ever made a fish cake?
Yes, 100%.
Oh, hold on, there are fish cakes.
Oh,
but
yeah,
they're not.
Yeah, it's not a cake.
Yeah, but it's not a cake.
Madness.
But where are fish cakes on the fish to cake?
Oh.
See, I think
that's
a
got
fish
to be
cake.
bang in the middle. That's got to be your point of centre reference.
Yeah, that's neutral.
The fish cake.
I like how we're taking this so seriously.
We get too far, don't we? What else did we take ridiculously seriously? Oh, it was you when I made the joke about baby oil when we shared the room together, and you paused for a moment, really thought about it, and went, I've actually bought water-based lubricant because it doesn't mess with my pH so much. Just walked off and left me dying. Just I was not ready at all.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. That was funny, man. That was funny.
Ultimately serious.
From our
Right, I'm going second
trip away.
sip. That was a good trip, other than the sickness and impending doom.
It was. I do feel like whenever, like, if we start going away more, I just think that that's going to be like a normal, like just a weird events are going to happen to us.
Yeah,
just because it's us.
We should just do it more. See what happens.
Yeah, just see what goes down. We'll just have to make sure that we take loads of vitamin C.
If dragons exist, we'll find one.
Yeah.
On just a trip to Scotland.
Yeah. We will find the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Yeah, but we will discover it because that's just what's going to happen.
I think what we do is when we go, is we actually sacrifice some of our health, like our health life. If we had a bar of health where we walked, that's what happened to us. Is we sacrificed half our health for awesome funniness.
Yes.
So that's what we do. We compromise our aura.
It's all about give and take, isn't it?
Yeah, and then we have to recover. That's why it took us 2 weeks to recover afterwards. We used up some magic, and we needed to recover for it.
That's a very it was. We just it was like a perk
Because that was a hilarious night.
Yeah.
For those that don't know,
50% reduction in health for the next 6 weeks.
that's what it was. Yeah.
For a plus 100% bonus in
Free alcohol for an entire
activities.
evening at a VIP event where we shouted at the main band to bring on the main band because we didn't realise it was them. Then went out with a gay guy and 2 mates to a bar where we got free whiskies and found out that later on during the weeks that same bar had orgies downstairs.
We didn't say that last time.
Which we didn't tell you guys last time. You made friends with the bartender who then gave you more free drinks and then we had a super comfortable double bed that the woman kind of bought us an extra duvet for.
Yeah. And then there was the other place with the guy who was coaxing us to dance shirtless with him.
Oh yeah, we had the guy who came and hugged us shirtless and tried to get us shirtless, and then we went to one of the best takeaways ever.
Yeah, interesting night.
All in the space of like 2 streets.
Yeah, London's a strange place, man.
Well, Shoreditch
Yeah, Shoreditch is
ups the ante of London.
Yeah, definitely. Should we light these bad boys up?
Oh
I don't know how long they're gonna
yes,
take
yes,
to
we
start.
do have some of the old Cigars. Now this is one that you've brought in on a whim.
Yeah, so
I need to.
we haven't got our regular.
We haven't got our Davidoff.
Davidoffs.
We have our account with Davidoff ready to rock and roll, so we should hopefully be bringing you guys some tests of the Davidoff line. If you guys want to go and have a look at them and see what you want us to try, we can do that for you. We might, and we'll see if we can get you guys some deals as well, especially coming up to Christmas.
Yes.
For the 50th show, Ant has messaged me saying he'd like to come on for that for the 50th.
Yeah, for certain.
So I said, yeah, that's cool.
For sure.
So these are one that you picked up. What are these?
La Invicta.
So now we've
Nicaragua.
tried what's essentially a 60 to 100 pound cigar in the ones that Ant brought us.
Yeah.
We can now. How much are these things?
£8 each.
Oh, so they're not stingy.
No, they're not
They're
cheap.
pretty decent.
They're
So this
just, but they're.
Invicta. It's either LA Invicta or La Invicta.
I think it's La Invicta.
It seems like it would be. And it's from
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
Handmade. Yeah, that's it. So we have no idea what the standard of this is going to be. It might be good, might be bad.
But we've tried the smoothness of the Davidoffs.
Yeah.
So this will be interesting. I'm going to do the table cut.
Nice.
There we go. And in the middle of the table, I've bought us a little extra treat. So I've got, it looks like a little tree stump, but you spin the lid, which makes a cool noise. And it opens up to be an ashtray.
And it's a nice
and it's-
wide one, so you can actually hold the cigar.
Yeah. They'll sit in there.
Nice.
And it's it looks nice and oaky and tree. And I literally got this ashtray if you like it. I mean, we're not going to use it for more than the cigars. It's not like we're smokers. And it was about, I don't know, I want to say £12.
It's very cool. It literally looks like a bit of a tree stump.
Yeah, it is. It's just carved wood. They're literally taking a piece of wood and taking a chunk out of it to make a base for the ashtray. It's pretty sick. Like it. So, where are we at? Which end did I chop? Oh, damn it.
That's the chopped end.
That's the chopped end. So you have to, with your cigar, test it, make sure you can get a good pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, can. Feels decent. Toast the end. So how's your week been anyway?
Been busy.
Yeah.
Been a good week. Busy week.
New busy or current stuff going on busy?
Just lots of things happening. Got some new bits of kit for the gym that needed sorted. We were sorting stuff for a Halloween party because we've got a Halloween party tomorrow night, so that'll be Saturday night.
Do you need a one-armed biking?
We definitely need a one-on
Right,
biking,
awesome.
so I think
I'll
you
do my
should.
best.
I think you should make your way down to VCB. Halloween party is always one of my favourites. It's never the most busy,
Just fun.
but yeah, I just think it's fun to.
If you've got people willing to dress up, they're already halfway to being fun, aren't they? As long as it's not, a rebellion against church.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to take that off for this. Yeah.
So yeah, just getting stuff ready for that. Sorting some new clients. Just little bits we had literally today. Like BT came because we'd swapped our internet over. They've fucked up. They've been down 3 times already. So like, at one point we had a photo.
Why is this so shit? How many years have we had internet now? And how many times, every time when you're about to change internet, you get the feeling of absolute dread. Like, okay, so my appointment's on the 18th. I should expect to be connected by
Next month.
2023.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally BT came out like 3 times. The first time they came out on the date, they said we weren't there. We were open from 6 o'clock.
So you weren't there from the gym that you open at 6 a.m.
Yeah. Till 10 o'clock at night.
p.m. You were there.
So they just did a no-show.
So did you pull them up on that?
Yeah. Then they managed to get somebody.
The more you can pull them up as they're doing this shit, you can then go, well, what's my compensation for this? This is my entrance to your service has been this, and this.
Well, so that morning they cut our internet off. So
is that no music or anything then?
So fortunately, we basically got the setup done ourselves. So we did half of his job for him. We got the router set up. Because it's got a 4G backup thing, which is a new feature that we've got. So
and that worked?
Bridges the gap. No, it didn't work.
Oh.
But that may have been down to our setup or something like that. I'm not sure. But and then it came with 6 discs that will expand the reach of the Wi-Fi as well. That's again meant to be installed by their engineers, and they only delivered 1 of them, and they were meant to deliver.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
They were meant to deliver 3, and then the engineer could fit another 3. Then they came back out yesterday, but they sent out an OpenReach engineer who only deals with the lines and none of the hardware. So that was completely pointless. He literally came out for no reason. So then I phoned them up again, and then
were you getting mad at this point?
Yeah, and then they managed. Because each one, they were just like, oh, it's going to be a few days. I'm like, this is my fucking internet. I changed supplier because I was having problems with the customer service from my old company. And you've been shit so far. But anyway, the guys came out. And obviously, it's not the individual's fault. They
no,
weren't
they're
even
just
the same
sent,
people.
aren't they?
And they came out and they've managed to sort it today. But like literally everyone turned up at once. We had a Stairmaster delivered, a photo shoot turn up, BT turned up. One of our coaches turned up with some stuff for the party tomorrow, which was like because we had like a bar set up in there, so we had like the gas tanks delivered, and so there was like, and everyone just turned up at once. Plus, I had like coaching consultations, and then Stairmaster doesn't come assembled. You have to fucking put that all together. It's not the bulk of the body is, and then all of the other little bits and pieces. It took about 2 hours to get that fucking fitted together.
You have to fit in the electrics.
So you've got the control panel, and it's just a fucking fistful of wires, and it's just like a load of, you've got to literally it's just like
plug and play,
but you don't know. It's literally that you open it up, and it's just a bare circuit board with like shit on there, and the instructions were fucking shit. And we got to the end, and there was loads of bits left over, and we're like, they're not mentioned anywhere. So we were literally going around trying to find where they fit, and it was like, nowhere in the instructions are they even mentioned.
Was it extra bits?
No, they were to go on, and then we were like fucking finding where to put them.
Who's this brand that you bought?
Stairmaster.
Actual Stairmaster?
Yeah, Stairmaster.
That is not lit properly, sir.
No.
Toast it.
I've been talking too long and not.
You need to do the sucky flame.
Not puffing.
Do the cool flame suck. This is your manly moment. Yes, make it fire. Did you actually spit it? You spit ash out from the front of it then somehow?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to blow back through it. Were you blowing? Were you just breathing through the cigar then?
I think as I was like sucking, I think I ended up
blew back through it because it exploded.
I've blown the
arse out of it. The fuck? Oh yeah, that's actually got a hollow ring in it. Look, you see? You created a polo cigar. Yeah, that's a polo cigar.
It's a new thing, mate.
It's a demon polo.
Yeah, it's a new thing.
Hilarious. Well, at least it's sorted.
Yeah, and it was just one of them, like, everything all happened at the same time. And then I was hoping to get away early because I wanted to get my costume and shit sorted. I had to have a shave because normally I've got a little bit of a beard or a goatee.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't work, would it, at all?
Yeah, well, I'll show you. I practiced it and I had the goatee still on, and like you just can't, the makeup just won't apply if you've got a.
You'd have to frost your goatee out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like a Joker there.
Yeah.
Which, can we also point out two things? One, my mum is still obviously with me, still staying here after her. God, we've had a fair time of it. I just thought, this is sympathy surgery, this is. That's what I'm having, sympathy surgery. I'm going to tell my mum that when we get back downstairs. So mum had a hysterectomy, which we all know is a very invasive procedure. So she's been living with me for the past month. I think it's been about now. It's been here a couple of weeks, hasn't she?
I think this will be week 3, mate.
Yeah. So she'll have been here a month by the time she's able to go. And she's basically regressed, to it, like we said last week. She's a teenager now.
Yeah.
She sits, she nests, she watches TV all day. She'll every so often grumble about what food is there, what can I make, and then give me a list of things I need to buy. But I walked in, and obviously I look like a Viking, so I've got black face paint on, hair braided, some feathers in my hair. It's kind of all right. It's not too bad. She wasn't ready for Lou. Lou walked in, full leather, white face paint. She's like, "Ooh, but doesn't he look just like him?" Who, Mum? The Joker.
I can see where.
Like, you're close, Mum, but it's the Crow. She was like, "Oh,
Yes, that's the one.
Yes, that's the one." She's no clue who the Crow is. She doesn't have any clue. Yeah, so funny. But also, I'd like to point out that as devilishly good as you look, in terms of that you might rob somewhere, you've got a gun, you're going to hold somebody up, maybe put a bomb on a bus and do something.
Yeah.
When I went into the bathroom where you'd applied your scary makeup, there was the usual, the black makeup, the white makeup, the sponges, and the mermaid paintbrush.
Yeah. When I we went to Merry Hill to go and get some like supplies, and then Emma was with me because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to need, and she said, "Oh yeah, you're going to need a brush as well." And I was just like, "All right, then have you got some?" And she was like, "No, I'm going to pick some up because this makeup might fuck them up a bit." And she was looking at the packs and she saw these like mermaid ones and she was like, "Oh, I'll get these." And I was just like, "Okay." Because I initially the plan was...
There's such a long-term boyfriend attitude. Yeah. There's the moment when you thought, I'm going to fight this. Then your immediate long-term brain kicked in and went, why?
Well, I wasn't planning on doing it. I thought Emma was going to do my makeup. But then when I practiced the other day, Emma did it, and she was trying to do it too perfect. Whereas like the Crow makeup's like it's meant to be it's meant to be messy. Yeah, it's meant to look like you kind of applied it yourself. So then I was like, I just wiped it all off, and then I was like, I'll just try it myself, and then nailed it. It took me a lot longer than it took Emma, but like it turned out a lot closer to what I wanted. And I don't even think Emma's watched The Crow. She had a picture,
but she would make it too perfect. Because that's in her mechanics.
Yeah, she was wanting it to be like a solid white, solid black, sharp edges. And I was like, it doesn't need to be. It's meant to be like...
A bit fucked. Yeah. I forget how ragged he is in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he actually gets a shit beat out of him most of the movie.
Yeah.
He's not very good at fighting.
No, that's the thing. He's just a normal guy that can't die.
Mad. Yeah.
He just can't die. So, like, it doesn't matter if he gets the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
So, like, that's... I suppose, in a way, that's kind of the thing that's... appealing about him. He is your everyman in a certain sense. I really love that film. Really,
I haven't watched it in years.
I'll watch it later.
Yeah,
be very appropriate. Yeah, it's such a good film.
The only downside is the rape scene in it. Now, I always find this awkward, and I don't understand why there's a necessity for visuals of this in movies.
Yes,
I think it's lazy writing. Because it fills moments. It's not a shock factor. What it is the factor that there might be somebody in that audience who suffered something like that, and you're going to make them relive that moment where you could insinuate the moment and pass on with the door shutting behind, going to black, the whole thing where it's happened. You don't need to see it. I can't remember how in-depth that scene is in that movie.
It's not, so you don't see anything of her. A lot of it's first person, so it's like them doing something to the camera.
Right. Which is even worse because that'd be what they see.
Yeah, I think again it's done as a like.
It's not as lazy as some.
No, it's not done for the shock. I think it is done to.
It's a part of that era as well.
Well, also you then having the story told from Eric Draven's point of view, and he's had his partner raped and murdered, and then he was murdered, and. I think they're trying to put it in there so the emotions that he felt and you saw the horror that he saw.
I understand why it's there. I just think
it's a harsh thing to
even
have
if somebody's not had that extent done to them, if they've been in an abusive relationship, it's a trigger. I just think remove the triggers, let everyone enjoy a movie. We know what's going to happen. We can get the sentiment in other ways.
Yeah.
In other ways, there's clever ways of doing it. I think that's my issue. Is there's clever ways of doing it, and there's that way of doing it, and a lot of people just go the blunt way. Especially horror movies, they're dreadful for it.
Yeah, but then the thing is, if you start sensitizing or censoring that,
No, I don't think it's censoring. I think you can still create the awkwardness without that visual trigger.
is it specifically just with rape things
Yep.
you find?
Yeah.
Where does it draw the line for somebody who has experienced or witnessed a murder, or do you know what I mean? Like they're going to have a very similar thing, and
I
obviously,
don't know. I just think it's. I just think anyone who suffered that.
Oh,
Did you ash it?
I'm sorry, mate. I'll get the vacuum out in a bit.
That's funny. The crow vacuuming. He's a badass, but he's tidy.
Yeah. These they don't hold their ash quite as long as the.
They do not. That is true. Look,
As
that's
the
the extent
Davidoffs.
mine got to when I tapped it off. That's like a centimetre and 2 mils or something.
Yeah.
1.3. I wonder if that's the thing. How girthy are these? What girth do you reckon they are?
What's the ring gauge
The
on
ring
them?
gauge. Small-ish. Medium. I'd say probably standard Caucasian. I just think it's something somebody has to live with that's physically done to them. And that's different to seeing a murder.
What about torture?
Same thing. Yeah, it's got to be a similar thing. But again, it's different when it's sexual. I don't know why. In my head, it's just different.
Yeah.
It's like something's taken from them
Yeah.
without consent. Torture's still external in some sense. Do you know what I mean?
I do understand what you're saying.
like an external
I think
infliction.
rape is a level of violation that's not matched
It
in any other way.
destroys lives. Like you can be tortured and you can have backflashes from that, but I don't know. I would assume that there's different triggers for that you wouldn't see as often. Like I don't know. No, maybe not. Hard on that. Torture's a good example.
I think,
Thankfully, we'll never know.
yeah, and I completely understand what you're saying. I just feel that it would be it's going to be hard to differentiate, like somebody who's witnessed a murder.
Well, here's the
or
thing.
Other things like that. It's like surely that's going to be thereabouts as horrific.
Do you think it's because you can go and watch a movie and you're pretty sure you know there's going to be torture in it, whereas when you go and watch a movie, they can sprinkle these scenes in and you're not ready for them?
Yeah.
I think they're a bit more like what the rape scenes can be chucked in without really realizing they're going to be in there.
Yeah.
Whereas a torture scene, you know the style of movie you're going to go watch, it might have that in it.
Yeah, that's a fair point as well. Yeah, you're more prepared mentally for it.
The trailers usually show it.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Well, like Reservoir Dogs, fucking hell, how much backlash did that get for the torture scene?
Do you know they tried to make him cut that?
Yeah.
And that makes the movie.
Yeah, that's what everyone
the
thinks of.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I don't know. It's just like I think you're able to distance yourself from that a bit more because it's less common, maybe, or less spoke about. Who knows? Anyway, that's a miserable subject. It was just my point. Every time I see one in a movie, I just cringe a little bit when they do it that way.
I think it all depends on the intent of it. When it's just chucked in there and it is for the shock value, there's no emotional connection to that. Because sometimes that is a critical moment in the person's story. I feel in The Crow that definitely is.
100%, and it can fuel some movies. I just think there's ways. It's very clever. I've seen some directors do it in very clever ways that definitely still pisses you off, makes you know what's happened. You feel it, but then you feel it because the actress is so good or the actor is so good afterwards to display how they have suffered, like the aftermath of it.
Yeah.
Lets you know.
I think From Dusk Till Dawn's brilliant with that. So the scene before all the vampire stuff happens
In the hotel room.
in the hotel room,
Yeah,
the
little flashback thing.
Yeah, he comes back to see Richie left in the hotel, and he's like, "Where's the hostage?" And you literally start seeing like it flashes up on the screen just for a split second of like her murdered on the bed or just blood splatter, and
You can't really make it out.
yeah, you never see it for long enough to know what's gone on.
I've even paused and then the click frame.
Yeah.
The actual visuals are deceptive in themselves as well. They're not a full visual.
Yeah,
It's very clever.
yeah, and that's like you get like a moment of what it was, but they never directly show you. And there's one bit where you kind of see it, but it's out of focus over his shoulder. He's in focus, and then you just see her like, but it's a bit blurry on the bed. You can see her clothes are like ripped up a bit, and there's blood.
Yeah.
You can't see anything.
Nothing's actually happening.
Yeah, nothing's
As
happening.
well. See, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Nothing's actually happening. There's none, And there's some movies.
That gesture.
Yeah. There's none of that. And I just think I can deal with that. That's good. Whereas some of them, I think for me, it's landed more because there was one time I went to watch. You remember The Hills Have Eyes?
Yeah, that's a shock value one.
And I had a girl got up and walked out, and it almost made me leave.
Yeah,
because I remember just feeling for her. The moment it came, she just went and got out. And I was also thought, surely who she's with knows. You dick. You knew this type of movie was going to have that in it.
Maybe, yeah. You don't know. There might have been a
The
first
inbred
date.
movies are always, it might have been a bad movie for a first date.
Fuck yeah.
I bet he had in his head, she'll want some protection after this. I'll get an arm around her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, maybe don't take that risk, fella. Anyway, just my thoughts on it. Opinions from any other people, well appreciated in the comment section. I think it's a valid thing. I just rubbed black off my face.
It's
Still there?
Yeah.
Look at that. Smudgy smudge. Look like I've been coal mining.
If anyone doesn't know as well about the Crow, Brandon Lee, that's Bruce Lee's son.
Oh, yeah. If you don't know this, where have you been in your life?
Yeah. He died during the filming of that movie, which is
You heard what's happened recently?
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Which is effectively what's happened, or I don't know the full situation with Alec Baldwin, but the same thing happened basically. And after that, they reformed.
Well, no, tell people, because some people might not actually know.
Okay, so
the Crow movie is based on him dying,
Yeah.
coming back to life, and being basically...
He's immortal.
He still goes down. He can't just walk, unlike Bloodshot. Have you seen that shit-ass movie from Vin Diesel? Don't watch it, people. It's on Netflix now. They're lying that it's trending. It's not trending. It's under trending. That's why they put it, because it's terrible. He literally just walks and gets shot, and he's got nanobots in that heal him as he's going.
Right, no.
It's shit. Brandon gets the shit kicked out of him, goes down a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
He's literally just a normal guy, but he just can't die. He still like has shit happen to him. He gets he can get beaten up.
Yeah.
He's stronger.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Or does he just get better at fighting?
No, he is stronger. There's like some stuff where he's like chucking people around, which is a bit like.
I think he learns his powers as he goes, doesn't he?
Yes.
A little bit?
Yeah. But effectively, he can't die, so he knows he
His
can't
origin
die.
story,
He's not
the Crow's origin story.
He's not afraid of getting shot. If someone points a gun at him, he literally just would walk right up to it and get shot. It'll knock him back a little bit. He'd then get back up. And in one of the scenes that they were filming, it was like a couple of days before they wrapped up the filming, and like 6 days before he was due to be married.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah. So basically the guy in charge of the firearms was away that day when they had to film something with the firearms in, and there's blanks, and then there's like two different types. You got the blanks and the regular rounds, and when they were doing the test rounds, part of a bullet broke off and got lodged in the barrel, and then the blanks still have gunpowder in them, but they don't. There's no projectile.
No, but they do eject a massive force of air pressure as they fire. If you were to actually hold a blank gun by someone's head and shoot it, you put them in hospital.
So it's still an explosion, and it still would, if there was anything on the end, would fire it out. But because a chunk of the previous bullet was lodged in there, and the firearms guy wasn't there to check it over, they put a blank in, fired it, which fired the chunk of bullet out. It hit him in the stomach, got lodged in his spine. And then they took him off for surgery, and he died.
Because it was an Uzi, wasn't it, that did it? It was a rapid fire weapon. It wasn't like a single shot.
I'm not sure.
It was because there's a scene. It's when he's up on the main table in the room, and the guy opens up an Uzi, just and it's in that. Now there's some. Now this is unproven. Some say the scene is still in the Uzi, but I can't see that being true.
I watched a documentary, not like a mini documentary about it, and they interviewed the guy who shot him. He's the guy who plays Fun Boy,
right,
in it, and because he's had to like live with the fact that he's killed somebody. He said he took like a whole year off anything, and he said he's like, he was in his, I think he's actually passed away now, but he really struggled to get around it, and he in the interview he's like around about 50, and he said it's taken him until now to really kind of be able to talk about it comfortably, and he said he received hate mail and so much
You're
stuff.
kidding.
Yeah, because
guy's fault.
No, he was doing what he was instructed. He was just given the gun, point it at him, pull the trigger.
Blanks.
Yeah,
it's like paintballing.
As they'd probably done 100 times before.
Yeah,
and it killed him. And after that, because it was such a like, Brandon Lee hadn't really made it at that point. He'd done some other stuff, and he was a real up and coming star, and especially the notoriety that the Crow got at the time would have like slingshot him into kind of the public eye massively.
Yeah.
Oh,
You've wiped it. It's a little bit off, but yeah.
it's all right.
Right.
But so I've got makeup all over my face, and I've just been desperately wanting to touch my face.
But you missed most of your nostril and went straight up the side of your nose.
I know.
Motor skills have deteriorated.
Yeah. But they reformed all the laws around it, and they have to have like certain practices and whatever else. So in theory, that could never happen again. But literally last week,
Alec Baldwin, he fired a gun on set. Now this is really weird. He killed a camera lady and hit the director.
apparently it went through.
Did it?
Mm-hmm. That's what I heard. The bullet went through her and then got lodged in the director's shot.
My only theory on this is he's pointing the gun at the camera for a shot.
Mm-hmm. Apparently that's not even meant
barrel.
to... Apparently you're not even meant to do that anymore. You're not allowed to point a gun at a person.
So how do they shoot in movies then? Just aim away?
Yeah, they're not allowed to aim directly at
Well,
somebody.
that makes sense, doesn't it? Why take the risk?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he ended up, he killed the camera lady and, injured the director who was hospitalised. And that's Alec Baldwin, a seasoned actor, and he's got to be, what, late 50s by now?
Yeah.
He's got to live with that now. And that must be, because, I mean, by all accounts, he seems like a pretty decent fella. He's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Shocking. In this day and age, all the safety things, that's happened.
Yeah, I don't know if it was true, but I heard that the crew has complained a lot about just their kind of health and safety standards on that set have been really poor. There's loads of rules being broken, things that just haven't been done as they should. So again, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I don't know the details of it at all. But yeah, it's just shocking that's...
There'll be a full investigation. We'll find out.
Oh God, yeah.
We'll find out exactly why. But it's the same thing they theorized. It's fragments in the barrel.
Yeah, and it's just shocking that can still happen again. And again, for this poor woman who it's happened to, because
she was not that old either.
No, not at all.
I think she was like either early 30s or late 20s. Just might be making up totally, but she definitely wasn't an older lady, and she was just a camera woman.
I know.
You wouldn't think
You'd never think that was a dangerous role to be in.
I'm dead. Not even injured, dead. Scary.
I know.
I had some proper moments this week where I had I don't know why I had this, real thoughts about mortality.
Yeah.
I haven't been bothered about death for a long, long time since my experience with DMT. I really not feared it, but it was more a fear of underachievement.
Yeah, like not doing enough before.
Not doing enough, and also it was more of where are you going to be when you're 70? What are you going to be doing? What's your plan?
You still going to be doing this when you're 70?
Yeah, I hope so. But you think about retirement. Well, this isn't a game that you can retire. There's no pension for what I do.
No,
there's nothing like that.
Have you got a pension?
No, dude. No. I'm my own boss. I am me.
Yeah, but you can obviously like pay into pension schemes and things like that. I haven't got a pension, so I'm not telling you that's what you should do. But like for me, my business is my pension.
No, because I'm pretty sure the pension that you put into is a Britain.
And it's me who's fucking... It's me who's retarded today.
Monies you give to Britain, right? I've heard.
As you are a Briton.
What you put in, right, you don't even get back. That's actually a legit factor. Some of the people who, in the previous decade, won't ever get back what they put in through their working life. Because the retirement age got so high that they didn't receive their pension until so late that they'll never get back what they put in.
Yeah, I don't know the details of it.
You're definitely better saving stuff, putting stuff aside. But it's then you've got to make that big chunk of change, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like what you're going to need by the time you retire, like 200 grand.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're not frivolent.
I suppose it depends. Well, the state pensions, which keep people ticking, most people will have paid off if they've got a mortgage, pay their mortgage off, so their expenses would be considerably lowered.
Well, that was my main thing. Where am I going to be living? What are you going to be living in? Your home? What are you going to go for? All this kind of stuff. Just I don't know. I had a fucking wobble. It would be arm went all that. Just wobble. Just had a wobble.
And it's your birthday as well. Another year older.
Just one of those. The floodgates open, don't they? You let one thing in. I think it's a important thing to talk about because again, this week I've been getting a lot of messages from people because I've hurt my arm. They've said I've had this done last year, haven't been able to get back into training. Had the experienced this last year, still haven't been able to get back into training. How are you staying so upbeat? I haven't been upbeat.
Yeah,
I've been on the sofa, just wallowing, just pissed because the whole thing of 2 in 5 out of 100 2 to 5 people out of 100,000 every year this happens to, and everyone I've spoken to, I've asked, is this because I've been doing something wrong over a long period of time and it's gone? Like it's been waiting to go and this was the thing?
Yeah.
And they've all said, nah, it's that one moment, mind off the ball, ping, done. And that makes it worse for me.
Yeah.
I could have avoided this.
Yeah.
But then I think, this has happened to you for a fucking reason. Like this is the universe's. So I was supposed to go rock climbing on the Sunday. So this happened on Friday, a week ago today.
Yeah.
On the Sunday, I was supposed to go rock climbing. Now I could have sheared it off the fucking bone rock climbing. I could have gone, and I'm a gorilla when I climb.
Yeah.
I'm about as. If you were to take a rugby player and dress him as a ballerina and go off you go doing Swan Lake, that's me rock climbing. Muscle my way up the walls.
Yeah.
So and I jump for stuff.
Yeah.
Especially for bouldering, because you just fall 10 feet and go poof, and it's fun. But I jump and reach and grab.
Yeah.
And the way that you snap a distal bicep tendon is if you have a slightly bent arm and the load which you exert on the arm exceeds that of the ability of the bicep, you snap the tendon, which is why it often happens on big, heavy deadlifts.
Yes.
Because people tend to start the lift with a bent arm and then they extend it as they lift and it goes.
Yeah.
So if you want to avoid this on heavy deadlifting, make sure your motherfucking arms are bolt straight as you lift, and it won't happen.
Yeah.
It won't happen.
I was gonna say it's very, very rare that it still is a possibility, but it's way massively reduced, isn't it? And also, tendons do strengthen, but they strengthen slower. So,
Especially if people are enhanced, the
yes.
muscle exceeds the strength of the tendon quite significantly, which is why you see some of these massive, big power lifters who, they're not tested, snapping these tendons left, right, and centre.
because their strength will increase relatively quickly, and their tendons can't handle that.
Yep.
But it also doesn't mean that's my friend who tore his last year.
It was only last year.
Yeah, had some time off training, but was still a biggish guy, still quite strong. Came in for a deadlift session after not training for a long time, and was working up to something heavy. I think he got to like just over 200, and then he just went. And he was like, his muscles could handle it, but his tendon couldn't.
It just goes to show, mind on the fucking game. When you start getting to, like we said, it is dangerous. Like you're lifting heavy shit. Sorry, bashing the desk. Just if you're feeling a little bit before you go into a lift, if you feel a little bit off, take a second.
Yeah.
Take a second. Avoid this shit. Trust me, because it isn't pleasant, especially for mine. Because I feel like I don't need this surgery. I feel like I move normally. Look at my arm. It's moving normally here. It's no pain. It's every so often if I do a certain thing, it's like put me on the floor pain. But other than that, nothing. It feels like, so why am I suddenly having to be chopped up to have minimum 3 months recovery? Yeah. Not being able to lift, not being able to live. My arm's gonna be strapped to my body. I'm gonna have to learn to be a lefty. You know the amount of things you can't do when you're a lefty?
Masturbate.
Well, that's gonna be like stranger danger.
I'll help you out, mate.
But with the water-based lubricant, not because of the pH balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Wiping your ass. Sorry, people, but it's like there's a stranger doing it, and they're not very good.
Not very thorough.
Yeah.
You've missed a spot.
I'm going to be living the wet wipe life. Other things, eating. I've realised that I can do an overhand stab with a fork, because you're used to having a fork in your left, knife in your right for nice eating. Can't do scoopy motions with my left hand.
Oh, really?
So soup's out. Like
you're gonna have to learn a lot.
Do you know what I might do? I might start writing with my left hand on day one.
Yeah.
And see by like week 4.
Yeah.
How if my writing's improved.
Yeah, that'd be great.
See how I can see what happens.
Yeah. Just record everything that you do with your left
Yeah,
hand.
I'm gonna just on the first video, which I'm obviously gonna do. So I'm gonna do a recovery little series on it. Of what's doing. I also want to go through, and I need to work out whether I can do this. I am, and I'm going to tell you guys on here, because these I'm going to be using peptides to increase the healing ability of my body. Yeah. Now, peptides are completely... Now, I'm going to be using 2. There's BPC 157. Now, listen, these are things that you can use that will help with... if you have something that's going to scar badly, if you've got anything that requires like muscle healing abilities, mobility, and all things like that, they can help. So there's BPC 157, which you can get orally now, but I'm not sure how effective it is orally, other than if you're trying to heal gut health.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, if you take BPC 157 orally, it can literally feel like a heal. It can literally heal a leaky gut, bad stomach ulcerations or anything like that, it can actually IBS.
They call it the what is it? The Wolverine peptide. That's the one, or the Wolverine drug, or whatever the fuck.
So what it does is it proliferates the healing of muscle tissue, ligament tissue, and tendon tissue, and it does that by increasing your signaling factor for your healing ability of your body, which nearly dissipates after around about 3 to 4 days. Yeah. It keeps it rocking, keeps it going. And it does no harm. You can't overdose on it. You can't do anything. And it only stimulates the natural capability of your body, natural ability of your body. There's no hormone fuck-ups, nothing. They're not hormones. Yeah. So they're not going to help you in bodybuilding senses. These are all about longevity.
If you had an injury.
Yeah. They're about longevity and healing. So it's like prevention as well they can be used for, which is where I come into the TB500, which is, I want to say thiamine, but just double check me on that. TB500. It's thiamine beta 4 or something like that, but don't quote me on it. TB500 is a derivative of that, and what that does is that increases healing of muscle tissue specifically, and what is it else it does? It does a similar thing to BPC. It increases production of new capillaries, blood vessels, and also reduces to a near massively reduces scar tissue in a huge way. Oh, wow. So if you've had an operation, TB500 is amazing for reducing scar tissue. BPC 157 does help, but not as much as TB. And the difference between BPC and TB, if you're at 500, BPC runs out after about, I think it's a maximum you can take it for is kind of like 6 weeks, but really it's 21 days is its maximum capabilities. TB500, you run it at a higher dose for 6 weeks, but then after that, you actually reduce your dose to half, and then after that, for a couple of weeks, you then reduce it only once a month. And prior to once a month, it's once a week. Then you go to half a dose for once a week for about 4 weeks, and then you go to that half dose for once a month, and you can run that long term. Oh, wow. So once it's in, loaded, and done, you can then keep it on that once a loading
phase.
Yeah. You can keep it then running consistently over time, especially if you're under heavy training or body's under a lot of stress damage and stuff like that.
Yeah, which is going to be from
from what
people underestimate that. Like
any high level of athletics.
Yeah, training, recovering from injury, having a cold, all of these factors, stress at work, stress at home, all this thing plays into recovery time, doesn't it? People underestimate that.
Huge. And so these are things that are, in my opinion, going to be a future of some of the things we do at home for longevity. Now, if you're in America, you can get these things prescribed. Yeah. Over here, you can buy them completely legally online. You just order them, but you technically order them for lab analysis, lab use only. Yeah. But there's plenty of stuff online that you can look up, and I would highly recommend that you guys follow a man called Ben Greenfield. He's an absolute, how would I describe him?
Wizard.
Insane legend. Yeah. He will test anything on himself, and he's done it to extremes, as in going to Mexico, having stem cells created from his own marrow taken from his hip, which he then had ejected in every disc in his spine and even into his dick, just because it was supposed to help something. And so he said, well, let's do it. And the whole thing is on YouTube. You can watch it. It's a 50-minute video of having the full procedure freaking done. It's insane. And he did say the dick thing did help a little bit, but he said mainly it was more for his spinal health. He just did the dick thing because it was an option. He was like, if I can do it. He's literally no bad. He's the extreme of all of this as well. So he sleeps on a water cooled mattress. He uses compression work, those compression sleeves, body compression sleeves, alongside meditation every single day. He starts his day with bone broth. He has hot and cold plungeables in his house, which he uses daily. So he's insanely intelligent and scientifically based as well. He's got numerous PhDs. So a fantastic man to follow, and he's who I'm following to do this protocol. Ben Greenfield. And he has literally a full thing on his website about peptides. Those how to run them, what they do, who needs them, when you should take them, and why.
Wow. Have you contacted him?
I have, yeah. Yeah, he spoke to me. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. Really cool. So, I will be doing those. So we'll see how that goes. In terms of me being able to put it on YouTube, I don't know. Probably, I think I'm okay. Because BPC 157, you can even take it if you're IOC tested.
Right.
TB 500, now, see, that's probably because BPC is limited in its use, as in you only really run it for 3 or 4 weeks, as a rule. Yeah. TB 500, because it's systemic and you can run it long term, technically, I suppose it could list it as performance enhancing in a certain aspect. Considering this is coming from the same minds that tried to ban creatine.
Yeah.
So, they have, if you are IOC tested, you cannot use TB 500.
Right.
But anything else, it's still good.
Yeah. I think that I was talking to one of our coaches today. Sorry, not one of our coaches, one of our staff today, Dixie. And
Congratulations, Dixie. To your your win at your last show.
Yeah, she
second show ever won the whole thing.
Yeah, literally. So she did the regionals, won that, then went to the British finals and won that as well. First ever time competing.
Just got a nip in and have a win.
Yeah, she got invited to I think it was Rome for the finals, but she's not going.
Don't do that. Take a year out.
Yeah, she's not. Well, the thing was, her category wasn't actually one of the categories competing, so she'd either have to have gone up or gone down. Which she's not gonna. She didn't want to lose any more weight to go down, and she wasn't going to build any muscle in 2 weeks' time to go up. So she knew that she wouldn't even place in either of the two categories. So it was like pointless.
It's usually the way that is, though.
And it was like £700. People don't underestimate. Like people forget that bodybuilding
That's
now.
not including what she's already paid for the bikini thing, the coaching the posing practice.
All of this it's a business. That's why there's so many different categories now, and there's small, medium, tall for a million different fucking categories because they make money off everyone who turns up. So the more people that are there, it's a business.
You know what happens when you turn pro as well?
What?
So you get the pleasure of paying pro entry fees.
They charge you more?
More.
What? Where's the logic?
And yet you get all these people who will like put on their things like WBF, F Pro, and all this stuff. It just basically means they've got to pay more to enter their shows next time. They get nothing. I mean, it's their own job to make something of what they're doing. Like tell your story, show people your routine, show how you got to where you got. That's how you make your money. You do not make your money from the shows. Yeah. Even the big pros don't. You got Chris Bumstead, one of the best in the world in his category. I guarantee you, doesn't make his money from the Olympia. He makes it outside of it, from his sponsorships, the people that follow him there,
his clothing, his supplements,
coaching, all that. Yeah, that's why he has all those running.
Yeah, because everyone has to.
Have to. Yeah,
it pisses me right off when people get annoyed at YouTubers, for example, for having merchandise, and this is like gaming YouTubers, or like whatever.
I'm sorry, you people on YouTube watching it for free.
Yeah. It's not like you don't have to buy this stuff, but they're literally trying to make a living. If they they're creating content, and
if you want to see your favorite content creators make content, that little bit of support from that $30 t-shirt you buy, it's huge.
Yeah, it really annoys me when people get frustrated when people try to monetize their services. I'm just like, why?
How else do you expect them to survive?
Yeah,
how do you expect them to keep doing what it does that helps you move forward in life?
Yeah, it is. It's really strange that people get pissy about that, and I don't understand it.
No, I don't either.
Doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, there's always going to be people that get pissed about having to pay for anything. Even if it's like £2, they're like, no, why should I have to? It's like you're going to get those people.
Yeah.
But the true people that support and help and do things, they're always fucking there.
Yeah.
And they're solid and they're really good, and we, all of us appreciate you guys.
The thing is, there's always going to be people that like just want to say some shit just because. Like we had an ad running just for the gym, and it's a picture, a Gymshark picture. Ryan Terry.
I've heard this story.
No, this was a different one. This happened literally the other day.
What, the same thing again?
Yeah, same thing again.
It's ridiculous, listen to this.
And it's practically the same thing. And then somebody put a comment on it. So it says nothing about the people. It's literally two athletes or well-known faces in the fitness industry at our gym. It's a cool picture. The reason we chose it is because it's a man and a woman, so it's going to appeal to men and women, so it's a good general image. You've got our logo in the background. They're on the red carpet.
It's a good picture, too.
And it's Ryan Terry, who is, professional bodybuilder.
Good-looking fella.
Yeah, very handsome guy. Robin Glant, great shape, good-looking woman. Two people that lift, very clearly lift, that are in a gym. And then someone just put the comment going, oh, clearly natural. Like, sarcastically, obviously. And then it's like...
Cool.
Why?
You go and take whatever it is, that they have to take to do their shows, and let's see if you look the same.
Like,
knobhead.
What does it matter? I'm not making any statement about them being natural or not. Like, I'm almost certain that Robin Glant is natural.
Yeah, she is, yeah.
Ryan Terry...
Well, he can't be anymore. No,
he's a professional... fucking bodybuilder at the elite level. He's one of the best in the world.
He doesn't claim to be natural either. No. And he was natural all the way up to that very first Arnold. You know that? He got in insane shape, in completely natural. He got up to competing against those boys who were to the gills. Natty.
And also, you stood next to Ryan Terry. He's not a huge guy.
No, but he is.
He's in insane condition.
So dense.
And very well proportioned. But
yeah. And let's talk about a guy who's come through from shit.
Yeah.
Hip spurs that nearly stopped him being able to walk.
Yeah.
Came back after a year of being on literally having to be on crutches to walk on a daily basis, to coming back and smashing at Arnold.
My point is, like, we made no comment on those people. We never were like, do you want to look like him or anything stupid like that. It was literally just like, it was just
a visual to get people to look at the advert.
It's just an image. And then, someone's got to, like, put out some negativity just because, like, they look... And of course I'm going to... And I looked on his profile and dude didn't fucking even lift.
Yeah,
like,
this is it.
And I was just like...
He's had a bad day. He's seen that image. He's made him feel worse about himself. He's just gone, bleh.
Yeah, so like trying to put something else out there.
But unbeknownst to him, you guys at BCB couldn't be a nicer bunch of people to get involved with if you're at ground zero and want to start doing something.
Yeah, that's
that gym
the
couldn't be a more inviting gym. I'm just going to pause and start. Now, I am saying what I'm about to say in the nicest way possible. Mm-hmm. Some of you are going to have an offence with the way I say this. But at BCB, I've never seen more people who are considerably overweight, where you look like some you describe as obese.
Yeah.
Being in a gym and confidently training.
Yeah.
Because they feel nothing towards people judging them or being judged or feeling out of place. Nope. And that is part and parcel of why that gym's so good, because people are confident and comfortable to be able to go in there and start to better themselves. Yeah. And they do. The amount of people you've had who've had transformations from being obese to looking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like...
It's not just one case.
No. The thing is that we are super aware of making sure that everyone is very respectful of people, because everyone is in a different position. Everyone's got a different story. Everyone's got a different starting point. And yeah, if you're in the gym training hard, there's a mutual respect, whether you look like Ryan Terry or whether you're, 7 stone overweight.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You're in the gym training, trying to look better.
Which is better than a dude sat on the sofa eating crisps.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it for us. But yeah, there's just people that need to put that negativity out there. I don't get why people feel that.
Isn't it funny that, though, the way I described your gym to somebody wasn't, because there's some tremendously strong boys in there and some very, very, like, good looking bodies in there. I described it in the way of, it's so good because you can see people in there who are just starting their journey and they're confident and they're happy and they're smiling.
Yeah.
That was the main thing I took away from it.
Yeah.
Not the fact, there's some beasts that train there.
Yeah. Because that's it. There are places that maybe are a little bit, not maybe intentionally, some places are a bit more elitist, like everyone has to kind of look a certain way to fit in, and there's certain kind of egos that are attached to that. But for me, I just want somewhere that's going to be fun and inviting for people, because training should be fun. Because it does kind of piss me off when you've got these bodybuilders that, and it is mainly bodybuilders that do this, where they talk about being in the trenches and they're killing themselves. And yes, you're training hard, but it's your choice. It's not like, what I mean? Like they're talking fighting. Like they're in the fucking wars. They're being forced to do this shit, and it's like brutal. Like you are choosing to do this.
The best aren't the ones that vocalize.
No, God,
they just say it's hard. It's wearing on me. Yes. They let you know that they've had their down times and they doubted themselves through the whole process because the brain gets fuzzy. That they're getting to such low body fat does weird things to your mind.
Yeah,
and they'll talk about that. They don't talk about how they've been grinding through.
Yeah, but like they're tougher than other people for doing it.
That's what I mean.
This is a fucking luxury. It's a luxury that you get to do this. Like, you choose to put yourself into a show. You choose to spend that time. You are lucky to have the option to go and train at whatever gym you're training at, and like there's people fucking starving to death. That's hard. That's like hardship. That's suffering. Not eating chicken, rice, and broccoli.
Some boys coming back from wars dealing with PTSD.
Yeah,
because they've done their job, saved lives and can't handle the fact they had to take lives to do that. And you've got some assholes. I watched one. There's actually, if you watch Lad's Bible on YouTube, they have a whole series where they talk to like ex-gangsters and ex-snipers and all things like that. And they open up about saying this one guy, the ex-sniper, it all kind of the floodgates open. He ended up getting kind of a bit blown up, and because of it affected his brain, and it made him realize everything he'd done and gone through all in one go. Yeah. And it kind of shut him down really badly, and he got discharged from the army because of PTSD. And some fucking prick on the Lad's Bible thing called him a pussy. Yeah. And you're just like, who? I mean, it's got to be a 12-year-old kid or some shit right now. I mean, you have to remember that whenever people leave comments on things that are negative, it's not usually a grown man or somebody like that. It's usually a child, and you can't tell because it's the internet. It's usually a kid. Like when I was younger, I used to go onto forums and just abuse people for no reason other than to try and get kicked out of the room.
Yeah.
That was it. Because I didn't know I was a child. And I got on someone's computer, onto a forum, was like, ha ha, and just wrote awful shit.
People,
It's just the nature of children pushing boundaries and doing stuff. It's, finding where they're at. So, just pinch of salt. And also, if it is a grown person, I've said this 100 times, just message him back going, sounds like you've had a bad day, dude. Hope it gets better.
Yeah.
Pretty much most of the time, they'll come back with you like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Because they just had a bad day.
Yeah. Did I say, so the other time, I think I did mention this before, but this happened maybe 6 months ago, something like that. And someone commented on there saying, oh, it'd be nice to see some real people on there. Like,
fuck you.
Like,
what are they like? They're imagining CGI, are they?
Yeah, like they're made of fucking cardboard. I don't know. So then we commented back. We literally copied the exact pose, and it was just like me, the manager, one of the coaches, and we just like we did like the proper poses. Got the exact same image again, just with us, and then sent it to him, and then somebody else saw that we like, and this was publicly on the advert, so we posted that picture on the ad in the comments.
Brilliant.
And then somebody else commented and tagged the original guy in saying like, Dave got owned. And then like 2 days later, like this Dave guy was like, that wasn't his name, but he was just like, yes, I did.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
And exactly. He just like acknowledged it, but
quashed it.
Yeah. It's just strange, man. Just
no matter what you do, there's billions of people on this planet. Somebody's gonna have something shit to say about even the best thing in the world. You know. So just try not. I mean, this is what we tend to do as human beings: is we focus on the one negative out of 100 positives, and I don't know why we do it. So focus on the positives and keep moving forward. So we have run out of time, so there's no Q&A this week. We didn't think it was going to be with it being Halloween, and we had a lot to talk about with all the whatnots going on, but we'll get those back next week. Hope you've enjoyed it with that way anyway.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things I do want to say is, and I did say it the other week, I've still been getting them, dealing with breakups.
Yeah.
People are still struggling. And I have linked you guys, anyone who's messaging me, I do send you the link. But please listen to, I think it's like episode 34 or 35, maybe 33, somewhere in that boundary. It's literally titled Getting Over a Breakup.
Yeah.
It's on here. We talk in length about it. If we didn't cover enough in that, let us know. We'll do another episode on it, and maybe we'll cover some more angles for you, cover some more situations. Let us know your situations, and let us know what you want us to cover, and we will go through it, because I guarantee you, it's not just you going through it.
No, not at all.
100%, it's not just you going through it. It's not the way you feeling. It's not abnormal. It's normal, and you can get through it. You will get through it, and you just need a little bit of a perspective put on your life. And I think the biggest one is, two things. One, about the trolling. The best way is to not engage with people. And you can, and I think one of the best things I heard is starve them with silence. And it works. Yeah. It does work. I've done that with so many people who have tried, like, on professional levels, threatening me with things, and I've just not taken the bait. Yeah. And it's just disappeared. Yeah. Because they've got no real basis behind it. You know what I'm talking about recently. Yeah. I didn't respond to that at all. It's gone. Yeah. It's gone. And the other one with the relationship thing is, no single point in your life defines you. So don't let it, because you're letting it. If you're sat wallowing about a breakup, you're letting a single thing that's happened in your extraordinary life define you, and it's not you. So you head up, get off the sofa, get outside, go do something productive, go do something you enjoy, and get back out there and realize, hey, there's a whole goddamn world out there for you to enjoy.
We see a lot of people that come in for coaching because there's a recent breakup or things like that. They
sorry, bash the mic.
That's a big motivator to get people going again. Like, because I think everyone's been guilty of getting into a new relationship and then maybe getting out of shape a little bit, or not focusing on their training as much because there's other fun shit to be doing. And
I've never done that. It's always spurred me on, if anything.
I think
it's important to definitely get somebody that understands training. Mm-hmm. If you're big into your training, don't try and get some girl or guy who isn't into training and then try and get them into training. Yeah. That doesn't work.
Yeah. Recently, somebody... Oh, good. Oh. Are we still recording?
We shall see. Has there been a blackout?
Uh-oh.
Have we...
Uh-oh. We hope not.
Ooh.
Is that a yes? No, we're still going. Sorry. I was talking to a friend who not long ago, well, maybe a year ago, had a breakup, and he always thought because he was always trained for years, he thought he needed somebody who was into training, and that was good. Mm-hmm. And the person who he's with now, she doesn't train, and he's okay with that, and he's not trying to push her into training at all. And he said he's happy with that. She does some bits occasionally, and he actually realised that although he loves training, she respects that that's always going to be a part of his life, and he's always going to dedicate a good amount of time to that.
I think it's better if you don't train together as well. I think you need that separation and that little bit of difference.
There's very few people who I know who do train with their partners. Yeah, I think it's few and far between that people can get away with that.
Yeah, it is. And even if you do, you both train, go in, but separate in the gym. Go and do your own things, meet at the end.
Yeah, me and Emma, she's always done athletics, but we have trained a handful of times together in 12 years.
I think it's sensible. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, there you go. I think we've covered some good stuff. And I can tell you now, Jaffa Cake Rum, good, has not got a fake overtone to it yet.
Is there a brand to that? Or is it literally, it's just so on the bottle it says Jaffa Cake Rum. That's what it's called.
You can't miss it if you're in a store. Jaffa Cake Rum, fine Caribbean rum, blended with orange. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about a brand. That's a really good point, actually. What the hell is that?
I think that may be the brand. Jaffa Cake have made this.
How cool would that be?
That'd be sick.
It does say Atom Labs.
Atom
Labs.
So where did we get that from?
From the place
the
we got. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a. Ooh, keep bashing the mic today. Yeah, it's one that's obviously available.
Have you spoke to Makers of Malt?
Have not. No.
Masters of Malt.
No. I decided to snap a bicep off a bone.
Okay. We're gonna like eventually try and sort something out with like a
bigger online distributor.
Yeah,
because get you some discount codes.
Yeah, we can definitely finagle. Is that what's the word? Finagle. Yeah, finagle some kind of thing at some point. We're always trying to do something that's going to be beneficial for our listeners as well.
We appreciate you guys. We love you guys.
And do you think we should try and get something similar like a t-shirt out for Christmas? Obviously, we were talking about monetizing something, but like we've obviously had people that
we could do something for a limited run.
Yeah, just something small, or maybe like a pre-order only. Ooh, if we do the pre-orders and then
let's do that.
So then it's literally just we get what
we'll put up in the comments now some ideas for the t-shirts. Would you like? So there's
we could just have like the CREWCast logo and then
there's something like I like a cheeky pop.
Yeah.
What do we have? We had I like a cheeky pop.
Tangent one. We've had a few people
tangents.
Always going off on tangents.
Yeah, off on a tangent.
Yeah.
What else did we have? There was something else we had. Give us some ideas from the numerous amounts of sayings we've come up with as we do this. Yeah. So we've got Toodle Pip.
Yes. Toodle
Pip. I like a cheeky pop. Off on a tangent or something to do with a tangent. And things like that. Let us know, and then we'll do a vote, and then we'll make one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Any graphic designers who got
dude, if you want to get involved.
Yeah. If anyone's got any designs or any ideas, that'd be sick. I've got a graphic designer I can speak with who does stuff for us.
That'd be cool.
Otherwise, but
and also Invicta cigars, actually. I mean, smooth burn. It's not got more peppery. As we got further down, it stayed nice and smooth all the way down. It does have an earthy, peppery tone to it if you blow it out your nose.
Yeah. I don't mind it at all. Definitely goes out a little bit more frequently.
Doesn't stay lit as long, but well worth it. I quite enjoyed that. And it's still going well, and I've got like an inch left on there.
That's what she said.
Was that 6 inches?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Maybe even 8.
It's been a pleasure. This really cheered me up. Had a bit of a shitty week.
That's understandable. We all have them, and that's part of it.
It's because I've been shutting on my own. Well, I've got my mum here, but obviously mum's been here a while, so she's now just part and parcel of the house. So
and also she's
recovering as well, so she's limited. So having you round and that, it does cheers me up every time. So cheers, buddy.
No worries, man.
And that's it. So yeah, let us know if you want us to go on to the breakup thing a little bit more. We will do that. We'll let you know what we do know, what's worked for us. We can only tell you by experience. Other than that, have a great Monday, people. Hope you had a good Halloween. If you enjoyed our outfits, the biking and the crow, let us know who wins. It's clearly Lou. Although I would like to point out there were feathers in my hair. There was some effort done on my behalf, but not as much as yours. Genuinely a bit jealous. And other than that, it's usual shit. If you had a good week last week, carry it forward. What was bad, leave it behind. And get off your ass, get off the sofa, make your own energy. It's getting dark earlier, but fuck that. Doesn't matter. It just means it's fire season, fire pit season, whiskey drinking. Good times. Yeah. Christmas is coming, people.
Can't wait.
Right. Toodle pip.
Toodle pip.